What the folks, how's it going? This is Avit here, and welcome to DevOps Challenge Hub. So let's start with today's interview question. Let me share my screen. So today's interview question is explain Lambda versioning and aliases, and when would you use alias? So stay till the end. I will have a quiz as usual. You can participate in the quiz. You can pause the video, and you can try out all the quiz questions. And I will also show you a demo so that it's very clear what is versioning and alias. Okay. So version is frozen snapshot of your function, code plus configuration. So you have written some code, hello world lambda, and then you are going to modify it. So before modifying, you have create a version so that it's a snapshot. You take a picture, right? When you take a snapshot, it's frozen. You cannot modify that. This is required for the auditing purpose. And alias is some bookmark name that points to one of those snapshots. So we'll discuss more in details. So version is a snapshot. So what it is, when you publish a version, you create an immutable copy. Means the copy you cannot change. So version 1 means this is the code. Version 2, this is the code. So you can roll back to previous version if current version is not working. So that is the thing. But if you don't have version, means you are changing the code again, and you don't know which version worked, which didn't work. So it's the same, like the concept, versioning. Versioning means it's a snapshot. So that's the immutable. It can't be changed. Once you say it's a version. So version are numbered, like version 1, 2, 3, you can number it. And once published, a version can't be changed. If you change code, you must publish a new version. Once you publish it, it can't be changed. And if you change the code, you create a new version 2, version 3. So why to use version? Because you get a stable reference for production traffic and audits. Let's say you release a new version 3 and it's not working as you expected, and version 2 you didn't face that particular issue. So you can roll back version 2. And you can compare version 2 and with 2 with current version 3. What is the difference? What changes you made in your code? Why it's not working? So you'll be able to figure that out. You can run test against a specific version without risking accidental changes. So they are the advantages of versioning. And what is alias? Alias is the named pointers. For example, you give a friendly name. You have version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to let's say 10. And you don't know which, and let's say you have on production, you have version 4, on dev you have version maybe 6, and on the test version 5. So it's very difficult to remember which is a prod, which is the dev, which is maybe testing or staging. So you give a friendly name, like it's the dev, it's the staging, it's a blue-green, right? Blue, it's the green one, right? Canary for the canary deployment, that points to a specific published version. So dev is 0.4, prod is 0.3. Like that, you can tag it. Stable ARN. So version, like once you create a alias, you get a stable ARN. ARN AWS Lambda region, then function, my function, prod. Right? And this is the way you are, let's say, invoking a Lambda from your code or somewhere, from your application. And instead of this friendly name alias, instead of prod, if you use 2.0, and suppose there is an upgrade 2.0 to 3.0, again you have to change the code. But if you are pointing to prod, all your application they are pointing to this, invoking this, you don't need to change. It will point to prod. But in the alias section, you will change the mapping. Prod 2.0 now, tomorrow it's 3.0, then 4.0, right? Traffic shifting. Alias can route a percentage of traffic to a second version, being and routing. So you create a alias that we'll see in the example. 30% traffic will go to version 2, 70% will go to version 3. So that's a traffic shifting you can do. Like you have deployed a new version and you don't want 100% of your traffic to go to that particular version. You want 10% of the traffic to go to that new version, because you don't know what kind of problem will come. once user starts using it, you will get to know what kind of problem. And 90% of the traffic will be on the older version. So version is a photo of a document. You just take a snapshot, Xerox copy, right? Photo never changes. And alias is some name, labeled name, prod stuck to one photo. So you have a photo and you just put a sticker on this is like a prod, this is like that. Okay. So let's have a look at versioning and alias from the console. So you create a function. I've created a function hello world and which will print hello world on the console. It's a lambda function. And then here you can create a version. So I have created a couple of versions, version 1, version 2. Version 2, that is the latest version. Version 2 is the latest version. Version 2, you can see that it's a hello world. Let's say, where is the code? Version 2 code. So it's like I have changed the code, version 1 and version 2. So you will be able to see the difference between version 1 and version 2. So version 2, you can see that it's a hello world ABCD, a lambda ABCD. And if I go to version 1, I will see hello world lambda. All right. So here you can see version 2, test function version 2, and test function version 1. And alias, I have created an alias prod, and which I map to version 2. So it's a friendly name for that version. Okay, for some reason it's taking time to load. So here you can see that prod, it's a version 2. And here I can click on create alias and give some friendly name and map it to some other version. And here you also see that it's weight 100%. So when I say prod, 100% will be like version 2, but I can split it between two different versions if I want. Okay. So let's go to a quiz section. So typical use case of aliases, typical use cases, align aliases like Dave, taste, prod. So some friendly name we give or two different version for each environment because it's very difficult to remember. Dave is 0.6, then test is 0.4 or prod is 0.3. Again, tomorrow it may change because update may happen. So it is easy to give some friendly name and alias that point internal mapping you can change. Stable reference for the service. For service also, like multiple services or multiple applications they're calling that ARN. So pointing to prod, you don't need to upgrade. You don't need to update the code when you change the version. Otherwise, if prod you have update to 2 to 3, 3 to 4, again you have to source code also you have to change. But if you are using prod, prod, you don't need to change that. And the Lambda will do the mapping, prod to that mapping. Deployment safety and rollback, enable canary and blue-green deployment by shifting percentage of traffic to a new version using alias traffic splitting. So using alias traffic splitting, you can decide, okay, let's put some 10% traffic to version 3 and 90% traffic to version 1, older version. And once we like some user use it, we'll come to know how is the situation. And if there are some issues coming, then we can roll back. Or if everything is perfect, then 100% traffic will be shifted to that latest version. Then finally, permission, grant specific AWS services or accounts access to only certain alias. So only prod ARN will have access to certain things. Let's say prod ARN, you will be able to use some resources which are costly, right? And low cost resources maybe you will be using for testing development purpose. Why use alias? Alias let engineer update which version is active for a use case like production, etc., without modifying the consumer settings, event source mapping, or permission tied to the alias. So this weight setting we have seen that it's able for traffic shifting between the version. So let's go to the quiz section. You can pause the video, try to answer. In AWS Lambda, what does it mean when a version is described as immutable? Immutable means what? When a version is immutable means what? So we know that immutable means it can be changed. It can be changed once published. So it can be changed once published. The answer is B. Next question, what is the purpose of latest in AWS Lambda? You can pause the video, try to answer. Latest is latest code, right? It's editable working copy of the function. Your current working copy, like currently you're working, and that working copy is the latest one. So answer is C. It is the editable working copy of the function. Next question, you can pause the video. Which of the following is a reason to use version in AWS Lambda? Allow continuous market notification, stable reference. Stable reference for audits and production traffic, for auditing purpose, right? Earlier version was working. Why it was working? Let's audit, right? Do root cause analysis. So that's why we need a stable reference. If we continuously modifying, we don't know what kind of thing, what kind of code was there that time. So it's a stable snapshot in production traffic. So answer is B. Which of the following best describes an alias in AWS Lambda? Alias. You can pause. It's easy one. Alias. Permanent number assigned, point to latest. A friendly name that points to specific version. It's a friendly name that points to specific version. Which use case is not correct for alias? Which is not correct for the alias? Environment separation. This is correct. Dev test prod. Stable ARN odd event sources. Yes, we get a stable ARN colon prod. Otherwise, that number will keep on changing. Traffic shifting for canary. That is also, we have seen that is also correct use case. Last one is the not the correct. Updating code directly in production without. So last one is not correct. Answer is B. How aliases help with deployment safety? Deployment safety by splitting traffic to versions for canary and blueberry. Answer is B. What happens if you want to deploy new code to production but keep the same ARN? Same ARN if you want to keep, you update the alias to point to a new version, right? You update the alias to point to the new version. So you can what happens if you want to deploy new code to production, keep the same. So update the alias, point to the new version. So that's it for today. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, and comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also follow my LinkedIn page, Devops Challenge Hub. I post quiz contests daily, and you can participate in that. Also follow my WhatsApp communities where I post daily jobs and interview tips and career tips. And thank you for watching this video. See you again in the next video.